Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips, and let's talk about Season 2 of Netflix's 13 Reasons Why. First, we'll give you our recap of the show, followed up by a review, and then we'll finish off with telling you if it's worth the watch. Created by Brian Yorkey, 13 Reasons Why follows the story of teenager Clay Jensen, who makes it his quest to discover why his classmate and crush, Hannah Baker, committed suicide after receiving a box of cassettes she made explaining her story. So, recap time. The main story of Season 2 revolves around the aftermath of Hannah's death, as each of the characters go through their own journeys of healing and self-discovery. Liberty High is forced to go to trial against Hannah's parents, who blame the school's toxic environment for their daughter's death. As various friends and peers of Hannah's are called to take the stand, Clay begins to receive a series of cryptic Polaroids that lead him to uncover a sick secret that the school is covering up. As the trial comes to a close, the various characters try to find closure, with some doing better than others, leaving Clay and his friends to decide what to do with the conspiracy they've discovered. What made 13 Reasons Why such a cultural phenomenon was its brutally honest depiction of its various themes, including bullying, assault, rape, the objectification of women, and the toxic atmosphere of high school. The first season centered around all of these themes and how they affected one character, Hannah Baker, while touching on the subplots of other students dealing with similar situations. The protagonist Clay learns more and more about Hannah's truths and the world she was forced to live in due to these themes and the ever-growing walls that built up around her. Season 2 tackles similar themes, albeit from a different angle. The story continues to focus on Hannah Baker, although instead of focusing on her perspective and how she dealt with these themes, it switches to a different perspective and shows how other people perceived her and how she dealt with her situation. By doing so, the focus on Hannah's struggles with these themes is pushed to the background as the ensemble of students deal with their own issues. This allows the audience to see how various personalities would be affected by the different struggles that Hannah faced, with some people more able to cope than others. Of these stories, the most compelling is that of Jessica's struggles as an assault survivor. Unfortunately, this season is unable to replicate the thought-provoking and deeply realistic themes of the first season's story. The narrative becomes uneven, choppy, and laughable at times as these characters try to navigate their way through a terribly scripted and unrealistic trial. The show attempts to move from the focus on Hannah Baker to an ensemble that becomes a topical commentary on the struggles of the teenager in the modern world, and yet they never make any of these characters genuinely likable, and in the end, they're all just assholes. However, this season's biggest offense are some overtly romanticized and disturbing scenes that they applaud as the highlights of the show. Showing that bullying and sexual assault is an issue for not only females was a strong storyline to have in this season, but it was executed very poorly. Not only is the actual assault the most disturbing scene I have ever watched on any show, but the fallout sends a very poor message. The character's solution to his assault is to go to the dance and commit a school shooting, leaving the lesson that bullying can be solved this way. Furthermore, the whole school shooting storyline is handled incredibly poorly, which makes me think that they actually went back and reshot it after current events took place. Instead of calling the police or getting an adult, these teenagers believe that the best course of action is to confront the shooter and try and fix things with the power of friendship, romanticizing this story beyond any sort of redeeming qualities. With a character like that that's so far off the ledge, it sets an unrealistic precedent to people who might be put in this situation, thinking that they can talk down a shooter without any prior training like a hostage negotiator might. It seems like Netflix was kind of backed into a corner as they wanted to do this disturbing storyline, but with current events felt that it was necessary to change it. But with a sensible depiction, it could have worked. So, with the thoughts heard, here's our final word. This season of 13 Reasons Why is a bold topical teen drama that fails to expand on the heart and soul of its source material. While the themes of its first season are still intact and its trademark shock and awe moments are still at the center of its storytelling, the thinly written characters, terribly executed trial narrative, and brutal ending give this show less reasons as to why to watch than more as to why not. From its lack of interesting characters to its flat and uneven plot, this season comes across as more campy than courageous, so I'm gonna say it's not worth the watch. And that's our recap and review of Season 2 of 13 Reasons Why. If you've seen it, what did you think? And was it worth the watch? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest ranking video where we rank the films in the Oceans franchise. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.